Hey everybody, ABC 10 meteorologist Brendan Minchev here with a Christmas Eve forecast that I'm thinking it's going to be pretty rainy, maybe even stormy as well. We'll have some snow before Christmas, but then once we actually get to Christmas, and Wednesday, right, first day of Hanukkah as well, the weather looks much better, but it's just for one day because the end of the year is definitely in a pretty wet pattern. The ABC 10 weather impact headlines: mostly cloudy on Sunday with another round of rain through Sunday evening. Monday looks fine, but then we're going to see some more impactful weather on Tuesday. Has a lot to do with the timing of it, but certainly Tuesday morning, we're going to see some pretty heavy rain and some wind and maybe some lightning in the valley as well. And then after Christmas and the first night of Hanukkah on Wednesday, there's more rain and snow to finish off the year. We'll talk about all that in the extended pattern in just a minute, but I do want to look at the last 12 hours. So Saturday night into Sunday morning, we had rain. It wasn't real heavy. It was kind of weird driving into work early Sunday morning because it was kind of foggy. It was also not quite sprinkling. It was more like spitting rain. It was, a little bit more than a mist, but less than sprinkling. It was just strange to kind of drive in. Maybe kind of a valley wintry mix, if you will. We don't get snow, but this time the mix was fog and some rain. But yeah, that was very light. We really haven't seen all that much rain out of it. Combined Saturday and Sunday rainfall totals through Sunday morning across the valley, anywhere from just a few hundredths of an inch to about 2/10 of an inch in places like the Sacramento Metro. Downtown Sacramento has seen 17 hundredths of an inch of rain for the weekend. And again, there's a little more to come later on Sunday night, but not much, honestly. Most of the day is going to be dry, especially through the afternoon, which is nice if you have any last minute, maybe holiday shopping, or you got to go get, the holiday dinner, prepared, the ingredients for that. Whatever you got Sunday afternoon, it's not looking too bad. We are going to be mostly cloudy. Don't expect a lot of sunshine, but the fog shouldn't stick around, but we are going to be under some of that gloom, much like the last several days. Highs, though, in the low 60s today, so a little bit different than where we have been. But again, there is some more rain on the way this evening, so don't let the dry afternoon fool you. Temperatures in the 60s, because if you're out late tonight, you're going to find yourself needing that umbrella or the rain jacket. Futurecast through Sunday afternoon. Maybe a brief break in the clouds, but generally a mostly cloudy day is expected. This is 4 o'clock, and you already see that next round of rain moving in, and that arrives in the valley between about 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock tonight. This will be light to moderate rain. Shouldn't be all that heavy. Not expecting much more than another 1/10 of an inch of rain or so in the valley this evening. But like I said, you're going to be out and about, Vacaville, Fairfield, Sacramento, Stockton. You're going to get some of that rain overnight tonight, well, late this evening, lingering into the overnight. By Monday morning, I would normally say the commute hours, but hopefully most of us were off this week. By Monday morning, just after sunrise, we'll have some clouds out there, potentially a little bit of fog as well. But we're going to stay dry through Monday. Some rain along the north coast Monday afternoon, but I'm not expecting much here in the valley. Maybe even a few peaks of sunshine. Still mostly cloudy. A few isolated showers through Monday afternoon, especially on the western side of the valley. But we are going to stay dry through much of the day Monday. Then Tuesday, once we get towards about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, we're going to have a strong round of rain moving through. And then I say strong because it's going to be heavy rain. Could be some thunderstorms in this as well. We're going to have some gusty winds along with the passage of this cold front and this rain that is moving in. I mean, you see the oranges and the reds there. It is going to be briefly heavy Tuesday morning for Christmas Eve. It is going to be to the point where you probably don't want to be driving out in this. Again, with the wind and the rain, it's going to cause visibility issues. We could have enough rain in such a short amount of time that we have some localized flooding, some ponding on the roadways, that sort of deal. And again, that's coming in early Tuesday morning for Christmas Eve. And some of this could be kind of thunderstorm activity as well, where you hear some thunder, maybe you see some lightning out of this. After Tuesday morning, though, it's just going to be kind of off and on rain, more light to moderate stuff. But this initial round of rain coming through Tuesday is going to be pretty impactful. So there's a weather impact alert for Tuesday, both because of that rain coming in, but also because of the timing of the whole thing. Of course, it's Christmas Eve, right? It's not just a normal Tuesday. There's a lot of folks that have plans, maybe family in town, maybe you're planning on traveling somewhere. So that round of rain, that heavy rain, potentially thunderstorms as well, Tuesday morning, is going to maybe throw a wrench in some folks' plans. It may be to the point where you want to think about leaving later in the morning after that heaviest round of rain moves through. Looking at the timeline, Monday's a good day to also get stuff done, be out and about, dry, but it is going to be mostly cloudy Monday. Maybe a few peaks of sunshine. I don't expect a whole lot of sun on Monday. Christmas Eve on Tuesday, like we talked about, like what we just saw on Futurecast there, that heavy morning rain, valley thunderstorms possible as well. And we're going to be looking at Sierra snow above 6,000 feet. Snow levels are initially going to start pretty high, though. I would say roughly 8,000 to 9,000 feet. So not snow initially. It's going to start as rain, but once that colder air moves in closer to lunchtime, then we're going to start to see those snow levels come down in the Sierra, and then we'll be looking at anywhere from a foot to maybe 2 feet of snow at the high passes. I think 2 feet's probably pushing it. That's probably too far out on the high end, but certainly a foot of snow seems reasonable for Tuesday. So we are going to have travel impacts, but initially Tuesday, it should be okay. Later in the day Tuesday, though, in the Sierra, we're certainly going to see well, I won't say certainly, but very likely to see some chain controls and certainly to see some travel impacts from that snow that's coming down. Christmas, though, on Wednesday, like I said, it's kind of this break in the storms because it's going to rain and snow on Christmas. And then on Thursday, we're going to have more rain and snow. But Wednesday's just fine. It's breaking the storms, periods of some sun. Temperatures, though, much cooler. Will be in the low 50s for the holiday. So to recap that weather impact alert on Christmas Eve, it has a lot to do with the timing of it, not just the totals, because it's not going to be all that much rain. It'll come down very quickly, but in terms of total amount of rainfall, likely an inch, maybe a little bit less for some areas of the valley. So we're going to call it timing, not totals, because it's not the wettest storm we're going to have this winter, but certainly it's going to be one of the most impactful because it's happening on December 24th. So expect the wet weather, like we talked about. Consider what that would mean for travel plans, or also if you're just being, planning on being out and about on Tuesday, maybe doing last-minute shopping, grocery runs, spending time with family, going down to Old Sac, whatever it may be. Know it is going to be wet, especially in the morning hours. Through the weekend, so that kind of one last round of rain that we're going to see Sunday night, again, 1/10 of an inch in the valley. It's really not much. But then with that Christmas Eve storm, we're looking at anywhere from about 1/2 an inch on the American model to the European model showing us closer to an inch of rain. Again, not the wettest storm, especially by December standards. It would, if we got a storm with 2 inches of rain in December, that's fairly typical, right? That's not necessarily surprising. But this 1/2 an inch to an inch kind of storm is on the lower end of storms in December. But it has so much more to do with the timing of it being on December 24th. In terms of snowfall through the weekend, not much. We're not looking at that much coming Sunday afternoon or evening because the snow levels are high. It's warm right now. Snow levels above 8,000 feet at times. So maybe an inch across some locations. There's not much snow to be had until that colder air arrives closer to lunchtime on Tuesday. That initial round of moisture in the Sierra on Tuesday morning is going to be mainly rain with high snow levels. Once we get to lunchtime, which you see here, those snow levels plummet, and now we're looking at about a foot of snow to fall through the afternoon and evening hours on Tuesday. With that snow should be mostly wound down, maybe some lingering showers, snow showers by the time we get to Christmas morning, Wednesday morning, about 8 o'clock. But anywhere from a foot to maybe 2 feet for places like Bear Valley, but the European model's a lot less bullish on this. It does not look like we're going to see all that much snow. About a foot, which is decent snowfall for sure, is going to cause some travel impacts, likely some chain controls across 80 and 50. But in terms of, again, the snowiest storm we've ever had, this is not it. It's just going to be a very disruptive storm. A quick look at the precip tracker. Well, the numbers aren't populating. We're above average on the water year, though, which is good. So we're going to add another 1/2 an inch to an inch of rain in the valley, which will help boost those numbers up. And now that we're kind of moving into the heart of the rainy season, that's definitely what we want. In terms of snowpack, the northern Sierra is doing very well. 47% of that April 1st average, 190% average to date. Again, that's for the northern Sierra, basically north of I-80 into the southern Cascades. So pretty good for northern Sierra. We are starting to lack a little bit in the central Sierra. We're pretty close to the average to date, but that percent of April 1st average is just a quarter. So certainly we're going to need some more snow going through the wintertime. Southern Sierra is the lowest at this point, 88% average to date, 22% of that April 1st average. So northern Sierra is doing pretty well. Definitely going to want some more snow in the central and southern Sierra, which we will get out of this coming storm, but it's not the snowiest storm that we're going to have this winter. But looking out into the extended part of the forecast, right, from Christmas beyond, we definitely are going to have more chances of rain and snow. Some of these storms before the year is over do look like they could be fairly potent, with maybe another inch or two of rain to come after Christmas for parts of the valley, and certainly some more snow as well, with some of these storms being colder than the storm coming in on Christmas Eve. So this is the next most impactful event, is Christmas Eve. That storm, especially in the valley, it's going to be during the morning hours, with showers behind it that last at least through the first half of the day, if not into the mid to late afternoon hours on Tuesday. Wednesday looks good, though, even in the morning hours. Christmas is looking good. You have early plans. Maybe you're off to an early church service or just opening presents. Wednesday's going to be just fine. First night of Hanukkah as well looks fine into the evening hours. We're going to have more rain and snow coming in on Thursday. That continues Friday and Saturday, and potentially lingering into Sunday as well. Again, just kind of this wet pattern to finish off the year, the last 10 days of the year, because that Tuesday, you see, at the end of the extended part of the forecast, it is partly cloudy, but that is also New Year's Eve. So almost done with this year, and almost moving into next year as well. Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, I recommend getting the ABC 10 Plus app. We've got a weather playlist there with extended forecasts like this one. We've got weather explainers. We also have some weather and climate specials running 30-plus minutes that I highly recommend you can go check out as well. If you really want to go in-depth with California water and weather and climate, the ABC 10 Plus app is definitely the place to do that. Thanks for watching, and happy holidays.